And we are live. Hello everyone. Retail Empire is back for another session of Moms and Pop Stores. Usually I'm doing it on Mondays. This week it's gonna be today on Sunday for some technical reasons, but doesn't matter. You can watch it whenever it's comfortable for you. And today we're going to talk about a very important topic. We're going to talk about catalogs. So in the first glance, when you look at this, you're asking, it's 2025. Why would I need a catalog? I have a website, right? You have a website, your products are there. Why would you need a catalog? And before we answer that question, there's also another question of how do you call a catalog in retail? So some buyers would call it a deck. Some of them will call it a presentation, and some of them will call it teaser deck, like you want to tease them about your products. But catalog is the most popular and most common term to use about catalog. So first of all, when it comes to a catalog, the main thing that you can showcase is your pricing. And I'm not talking about the retail pricing, I'm talking about the wholesale pricing. Now, you don't want to have your wholesale pricing in your website, right? Because whenever a consumer logs in your website, they see the price, they want to grab a piece and ship it to their address. You don't want them to be aware of the wholesale price. They have nothing to do with that, right? That's why that is one reason why we want to have the catalog. The second reason is because it's a common thing in retail. Again, like I said before, and I said it many times, retail is like brick and mortar is I would say old school type of business. Okay, the buyers that you're talking with, sometimes they are new and fresh. They've been in business for 3 or 4 or 5 years, but most of them are in the retail for 10, 20, and even 30 years. And for that reason, they have a system and a method they are used of working with, and that's how they expect you to work with them as well. It comes in a few forms. You will run into this issue of, the vibe of old school. And one of the aspects, there's some noise of a police here. I hope you can't hear it. But anyway, so catalog is one of the aspects where you will meet this old school type of business. Now, what is a catalog? You're not talking about a Word file, not Excel file, and definitely not any other, not even PPT, PowerPoint, okay? Mainly, and I've seen that over and over again, they expect you to see a PDF format, okay? It's just about the format. You can create it obviously in in Word document or in PowerPoint and convert it into PDF. But when converting, just make sure that you have the right resolution and proposition of what you expect to see there. And I'll show you a couple of examples for a good retail catalog. There are a few points that you should be aware of. But before that, allow me just to remind you that if you're already here, please subscribe to our channel if this is interesting to you, and don't forget to smash that like button. And of course, you can also review our social media in the description down below here. I've removed the Udemy mini course because we are switching from Udemy to another platform. Apparently, Udemy are charging over 70% for themselves on top of every course that we're selling, which is absolutely insane. And the courses there, the course that we're selling is no more than $110. So if we have around $28, $30 left from that course, it's really ridiculous. Anyway, we're switching platforms just so that you know, just in case you have a course in mind that you want to release to the public, to the audience, to the world. I don't really see why Udemy is a good option to use. I don't know why my team used it until now, but things happens, and it's always good to make sure that we're progressing and changing whatever needs to be changed and fixing whatever needs to be fixed. Yay! Wow, so much news happening with Trump. I'm gonna have another live about this week because I'm really like, I cannot even catch up with all the correspondence between China and Trump administration in the States in terms of the tariff and import tax and duties and all these things happening between them. It's funny, I was asking on my WhatsApp group, what do you guys think is gonna be happening between Trump and China? And I was asking that when Trump, let me try and pull this up as we speak, and I was asking that when Trump was placing duty of, what was it, 25% on Mexico and who else? Canada. And then Trudeau and President of Mexico did the right thing. They announced sending soldiers into the border to make sure there is no, issues, because eventually it's like not just a trade war, but it's also a drug war, an immigration war, whatever you call it. But then if I share my screen, and sorry for not seeing anything, I need my glasses here. My question was how will China react? And as you can see here, negotiating political channel was eight times voted on top of the other options, which were first option, fight back and make statement in front of Trump. The second one is negotiate. The third is reinstate the 2020 deal and commit to purchasing more from the US, and do nothing. They don't care as they have the power. So most of the people thought that they're gonna negotiate in a political channels, which is interesting because that never happened. But there's gonna be another session about it. I just wanted to say that thing, to clear a little bit on that topic. Back to the catalog. So allow me to share with you some of the catalogs that we're seeing, and then we go through them and understand how a retail catalog should look like and what it should not look like. Okay, this is the goal. Stay with me. Okay, sharing my screen. Now here we go to my catalog and check out this. And again, I need my glasses because I don't see anything. First page, you're gonna have your logo. Simple, beautiful, clean, and everything. And then you can have a bit about the company, like our story, our products, our promise. Nobody reads that. That's the truth. Nobody reads that. If it was in the last page, some people would read it, because if they get to the last page, that means that your brand is very interesting to them. But so in general, if you ask me, I would rather have the products right away on page 2. Rather than having another page to scroll through until the point where I get to see the products. Now here are the products. Very good. Total price. Then you have price with ultimate, whatever that means. And we can already see that there's an issue here. And here is the issue. The lifestyle images are supposed to be in each and every page, not on page number 5. If it is 5 or 6, 5. That's one thing. Because otherwise it's just boring. You see yourself, you're looking at the product, they all look the same, you don't know the differences, but you're not reading the text at this point, because you need to understand in a matter of 5 to 10 seconds if this is interesting products for your store. Again, I'm looking from the buyer's aspect, right? Which is not happening. You don't know if it's interesting because you don't see the attributes pretty good, and you don't see the pricing, and the pricing is actually missing. There should be MSRP, manufacturer's suggested retail price. If you remember from last session, this means the retail price, that is consumer price, and then the wholesale price, which we term by WSP, wholesale price. Okay, and that does not exist here, which is not good at all. And then going back to this thing, look at this table. Do you think that a buyer that is looking at your products the first time is going to actually look at this and try to enlarge and read what is happening here in this table? I mean, they're not working for me, right? Why would they look at my charts or all these small letters, all this text? I mean, what's the benefit? So allow me to go to the next catalog that I have here. I don't know what I'm opening, but this one is a better one. Okay, product catalog. You see that there is a very unique type of image in here. And then again, about contact us, about us, blah, blah, blah. It's too much talking about the brand, atmosphere, and team for 3 pages. 4 pages is really more than too much. It's just not necessary. And then you already have the products, which is very good, but you don't have pricing again. You do see the packaging, which is good from one hand, but then you don't see the pricing, where the pricing are. So there's no pricing. I'm not going into it. Then I want to try and go to a catalog, and this is the catalog that was built by me and my team a couple of years ago. As you see, this is summer 16. This is a classic catalog, okay? You have a first page with the brand name and logo, season if you want it. It's not necessary, but if you want, especially if you're in garment or stuff like that, then it is relevant, but most cases it's not. And then boom, you have the product. You have a nice image of the product, very good one. You can see the shadow beneath the product, and you can see the variations on the right side. Clearly, you can see the attributes under the standout sound here, as you can see. And there's a name, we mentioned that before, and I'm going to talk about it again, but there's a name for the product. Icon is the name. It's not just SPXW3, whatever number it is, right? Nobody remember numbers. But then when you have a name, when you give it a name, it's a baby. It's a born, right? Go to the next page, pay attention. The same thing, same form, but the background color changes accordingly. Because yellow, to my opinion and to designer opinion, is a better fit when it comes to showcasing products that are turquoise, red, and black. Okay, but the format is the same, exactly the same, and so on and so on and so on. Everything stays consistent. And if you look better down here, you will see lead time and you will see the price, $135. I don't know why there's no MSRP and retail price mentioned here, but this is the retail price. It's not the wholesale price. So the wholesale price is missing here. Don't know why, but it should be here. However, you can see it's packs of 3. Here is the dimension. Here is the real SKU number, ASN, whatever. Okay. And then scrolling down the catalog, you will see that it's always the same. Changing the background color, bringing more products. Right side, you're going to have variation if there are. Product is spotted properly in the center. I do think that I could have used lifestyle images here, which I didn't, but whatever. And then in the last page, there's some contact us, and that's it. Let's go to another one, and I want to show you something with this catalog. Not this one. Just a second. Where are you? Here you go. Now, I don't want to say anything bad about the people who created this, but this is not how a catalog should look like. Okay? These round circles around the image, they don't look good. Now, when you go here, mission, I don't care about your mission. Why would I care? I'm not your boss. I'm not your manager. Why are you telling me about your mission? Oh, is it like a bad definition of what is the brand story? Perhaps, but we don't know. And then you go to the product page. The image is, to my opinion, horrible. The colors are not, it's a mess. White, green, brown, light brown. All these colors here is a mess. The pictures does not come up to something nice together. And if you can look at this product, it was just pasted on a background. It looks so unnatural. Is it standing in the air? Is it, what's happening here? And why would we have this tree behind it? Like this, okay, I understand it's supposed to be like eco-friendly, but that doesn't give the right vibe when you showcase this product like that. Not to mention that this kids playing here on the right side has nothing to do with the product. Okay, so yeah, this is how not to present your products. There's no pricing here. There's no attributes. Perhaps there are attributes, but then they are presented in a way that the text doesn't give me any feeling of wanting to read it. Okay, it looks horrible. There's like tons of different fonts involved. This is one font, this is the second, here's the third, and there are more. It's a complete mess with a lot of pictures. Someone dropped it on a folder, created a Word file, converted it to PDF, and that's what came up. So that's why I'm showing you this, so that you know not to do it. By the way, we mentioned teaser deck. This is how a teaser deck looks like. A teaser deck is almost, or I would say, yeah, almost exactly like catalog. The thing with teaser deck is that you show it on second step when they want to make business with you and they want to do it big time. That's where you create something that is dedicated to the buyer and company that is talking with you. And in this case, I think this was created for Costco, if I remember correct. And as you can see, there's MSRP, there's no wholesale price because we had some negotiations about the wholesale price. But as you can see, the construction is a little bit different. Oh, it was Best Buy, not Costco. How I remember that because the floor display, which is very relevant in a teaser deck, but not relevant in a catalog because you don't know who you're presenting it to, right? You're going to present it to hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of buyers. But this one was specifically for Best Buy. Then when they show interest, we show them this teaser deck because we wanted to build this display, floor display that is specifically designed for Best Buy store. Okay, that's why we have this teaser deck. Anyway, let's take another example if you don't mind and try to look at another catalog which will bring us to more points. Let me take a look at this one. This is Joe Chef, okay? This is a classic catalog, very clean. Again, have the same problem of no pricing. I think this was a draft version, if I remember correct, but the direction is good. What I would add here is obviously Chef using those products, which would make it look far better with the lifestyle images. This one is for hiking poles. Again, look at the lifestyle images. They give us a very good vibe for the catalog. It gives you a feeling that you want to see more of this. And then you have the wholesale price again. Retail price and the wholesale price is missing. But what is good about this is that you can see the variations on the right side, which is very good and cool. And it's very clear what the attributes are. Okay, this catalog is very clear one, very good one. Let's take another one. This one belongs to JR Brands. Some of you might know them, James Reed. Some people that I used to work with. And again, this is a good catalog, but to my opinion, it's too busy. It's too hard to go through it. A lot of small text again. But then if you look at the images, they are very professional, very clean, very clear. And again, pricing only mention retail pricing, but the lifestyle and the images themselves are very, very good. And this is also showing you where are they stocked, where are they selling already. In Bloomingdale's, in Australia, wherever. Brown Thomas and so on and so on. Okay, let me see if there's one more catalog that I'm going to share today. Just a second. Let's take a look here. Yeah, this one is nice. Collapsible battles. You see, WS, wholesale price $850, MSRP $16.99. Half of the retail price is the wholesale price. If you remember, I spoke about it in previous session talking about pricing. And then you have the SKU, ASN, whatever, but there's no name. I would put a name for each and one of them because they are the same product but different colors. So I would give them name by the colors, okay? Something creative or whatever. And then related SKUs from the same brand. And yeah, a very clean one, a very short one, very precise one. Okay, you get the point, I think. And I wanna just tell you that when it comes to catalog, I think if I look at the numbers, and I did look at them a couple of months ago, at least 60%, if not more, 60% of the buyers will ask you for a catalog. Okay, that means that you should have one. But I'm referring to brick and mortar, to the giants. When you look at moms and pop stores, I guess maybe 10-20% will ask for it. And even if you don't have it, it's common. It makes sense. Why? Again, because it's moms and pop stores. It's a smaller business. They don't expect you to be, super organized or very well pitched and sharp brand, it's okay not to have it. But in case you want to pitch and want to go for it all the way, I would recommend you to create a catalog. And you can always touch base with me if you want a good company to craft a catalog for you. I can give you some good recommendation on that. Some companies that I work with, no affiliates or anything for me, but just good recommendation because I work with a few of them, and one of them is a very good one, which I work with for the last 8 years. And these guys were crafting like, I think, hundreds of different catalogs specifically for retail. Anyway, just saying. And so, yes, you do want to have this if you're taking it seriously. But again, when it comes to moms and pop stores, it's not a must. This was the first session about catalog. There's gonna be more, okay? One more last thing that I want you to keep in mind. The colors, the vibe, and the atmosphere of the catalog have to be aligned with your brand colors as seen on your website. If your website is yellowish or grayish or black type, whatever it is, make it consistent, make the catalog look the same. A little bit different, of course, with more lifestyle, and everything is different from it's not a copy paste from the website, but at least the branding language have to be the same, right? As a brand language. And wow, this brings me to the next session. One of the next sessions is gonna be about branding, and this is a huge, long session that I need to prepare. And one of the things that I'm gonna talk about is exactly this: colors and branding. Colors means so much about your brand, and people tend to miss that point. And I'm talking about myself as well. I'm gonna rebrand my website and my logo in the next couple of weeks, because I realized that talking about colors and branding is very nice, but it has to apply to yourself as well. And I'm talking about myself, so it's gonna happen. Anyway, thank you so much for listening today. And when this session ends, I'm gonna roll here a new Retail Empire song that was just created last week. It's just it's just the first draft version of that song, but I really hope you're gonna enjoy it. And thank you for listening. Have a lovely week, lovely day. Cheers, everyone.
Retail wins again.
A fun, a retail.
Blue walking in the store, what do I see? Amazon brands right in front of me. Shelf so stocked, yeah, looking so fly. From click to cart to real life buy. Ding ding, another sale today. Retail wins, hip hip hooray. From online hustle to aisle display, brick and mortar's here to stay. Another sale today. Retail wins, hip hip hooray. From online hustle to aisle display, brick and mortar's here to stay.
From another retailer would say, oh, this is a perfect time. Can I see samples and pricing, please? It's as simple as that. So for that,
Ding ding, another sale today. Retail wins, hip hip hooray. From online hustle to aisle display, brick and mortar's here to stay.